Hey, good evening, everyone. My name is Idrissa Conte,
My name is Denisha Fagans.
My name is Avery Dunn.
And I'm Catherine Corrigan.
and we are part of the Confident Communicators organization. And today we're going to share with you guys some valuable information regarding public speaking. And hopefully, after the presentation, you guys will learn a lot and improve your skills with public speaking. So, 5 strategies to take when public speaking. Come up with content. What is your topic of interest? And what is the reason for you choosing that topic? Organize it. Structure, that's going to be the structure of your speech. That's going to be the body of your speech. How are you going to present your points to the audience? Choose words for it. How are you going to engage the audience with your choice of words? Memorize it, and then finally deliver it. Connecting with the audience. Consider the audience's interest in the topic as well as their willingness to listen to you speak about it. So is the audience engaged in the presentation? Do they have questions? So also you also have to consider the audience's expectations and predispositions. Get to know your audience. What do they believe? Are you trying to convince them about a certain cause? And also engage the audience into the discussion. And if they have any questions as a speaker, you should have the answers to their questions. Informing the audience. Develop a research strategy. Develop a strategy that'll help you find the best sources and then read enough of the literature on the subject to make some reasoned conclusions. You can just get up and freestyle your speech, but that's not going to be an effective speech because it's going to show that you're not really invested in what you're presenting to the audience, and they can see that. Good research will establish your credibility and it'll allow you to deliver your arguments in a variety of ways. Also, don't forget to provide sources of your findings. Structure your speech. Decide on the optimum arrangement for your 2 to 3 primary arguments. Which one is the most important? And what is the relationship between the points? How do they correlate with each other? And how does it transition from one to another? And does it help the audience gain a better understanding of what you're trying to convey? Structure your speech. Structuring your speech. Frame the speech and the introduction and the conclusion. The introduction, which includes the opening statement, will introduce the topic to the audience and also preview, setting the tone for the speech, and it'll also preview your arguments. The first few phrases will essentially establish the speaker-audience topic relationship, and the conclusion would tie all of the points together in a call to action.
Ethically arguing for or against a topic. Avoid plagiarism and be honest. When communicating and connecting with your audience through speech, it is important to be original and be truthful. You can be easily called out for plagiarism by copying and or paraphrasing someone else's speech. Have credible sources and be able to identify them. When you're researching or using statistics to back up your statement in your speech, it is important to check the source you are using to see if they're credible. This is a way to avoid spreading misinformation. Raise awareness. Raising awareness also helps backing up your statement in your speech. You can raise awareness by presentation, such as showing pictures, posters, videos, or use someone's or yourself as representation. Avoid turning your speech into a hate speech. Depending on your topic, if your speech involves certain races, genders, or communities, be aware of your own bias and how quickly it can turn into prejudice, which may not sit well with your audience, especially if your audience is diverse. Conveying appropriate emotions with tone and speed. Know the different types of tones associated with emotion. Setting the volume in your voice. It is important to know how to project your voice, especially if you're on a stage with no microphone and there's a lot of people sitting in the auditorium. For the audience to hear you, you have to be louder. Be aware of your pitch. Avoid having a pitch that is too high or too low in order to avoid harsh or critical judgment. Be articulate and have confidence or fake it. It is not uncommon for many to have stage fright. Your audience can tell if you are nervous, if your pitch is too high, or you're stuttering your words, and if you have a shaky voice.
Creating and organizing a speech. Defining your purpose. What are you trying to say to the audience? What are you trying to accomplish? Gathering supporting materials. Use different materials to help support your concept. Supporting materials help connect with the audience. Use facts, quotes, articles, interviews, even tell stories. The audience can relate. Determine your top points. You could choose 3 points out of everything and gather them together to make them your main points to talk about. Determine your organizational pattern by delivering it in different ways, such as chronological or sequential. It depends on the topic. Creating an outline. Do not write your presentation as a speech or read it word for word. You want to make it sound like you're having a natural conversation. The best practice is to creating a outline and pull out the key points from your speech. Make sure you practice out loud, see how it sounds, and ask yourself, does your outline support your purpose?
Now we're going to talk about presenting professionally. This is dressing the part. It's knowing how to hold yourself on stage. You're not going to be flapping your hands around. You're not going to be standing too stiffly. Dressing the part. This is about choosing the right attire for the situation. You don't want to show up in ripped jeans and a t-shirt. It's also about tailoring your personal style to fit the event. You don't have to change your hair color or remove your piercings, but you want to appear polished. And proper grooming. You want to make sure you're clean and you look good on stage. You also want to project confidence. This is standing tall. It's knowing what to do with your arms. You're not flailing, you're not flapping, but you're also not standing too stiff with your arms at your side. It's all about conveying openness in your stance. Professional attire and good posture will make you feel more confident, and that'll really show through in your speech.